Hey everyone, Sir Jellybean here, and we're back with another CallToArms GatesOfHell Ostfront tutorial / playthrough for Conquest with Finland, no mods. So we've obviously done the first day, that was the attack, and we're on Operation Day 2, which is the defence, and I think this is what most people struggle with. Now obviously with this update, I'm hearing that it's an absolute nightmare on defence, so I'm a little bit worried. Now, if you obviously didn't watch the last episode, one thing we did purchase at the end was small defense. I would suggest anyone getting it because it will provide you with about 30 or 40 allied AI controlled soldiers. Now they're not that effective, but the main thing is it's more troops with you, and they're also spread out around your objectives, as you'll see, so they give you some line of sight and some vision. And also make sure you have some form of AT. Obviously we have the field gun, and we also have obviously various AT grenades with troops, Molotovs, and he has that AT rifle that we stole. You can also steal stuff in battle, so obviously if the enemy drops MGs or mortars, feel free to risk it and go for it. Obviously medics, ammo crates win wars. Don't care what anyone says, the ammo crate is the most useful tool in your arsenal. You will need these, your men will run out of ammo, so you need to bring some ammo crates. Now I got rid of that salvage tank, might seem a bit crazy, but most of you won't get the chance to actually salvage a tank in the first battle. It's kind of a lucky that I did, so I've got rid of it to try and show you what it's like to defend with very little, because most people won't have much. So we'll go on to the deployment bit now, and obviously we have the first wave, which is at 50, and the second wave is at 60. We've got to try and fill them up as best as possible. So, for instance, second wave, 3 squads of infantry, that's 60, and then the first wave, we've got the field gun, the rifle squad, medics, engineers, and ammo, and that's a solid 50. Bring as much as you can. You might have to sometimes jumble things around, especially when you get all 5 waves. I spend some time switching things around because you want to take every point up you can. Remember, the more stuff you bring, the better chance you've got of surviving. So that's what we're bringing. We're on the map. Oh yeah, the map as well. On defense, you don't get a choice. You just have to pick the map it gives you. But you can if you don't like the map. So we've got Wasteland, which I don't think I've played actually. I think it's one of the new ones. But if you didn't like it, you can switch off Conquest, go off Conquest back to the home screen, obviously of the game, and then reload it, and you'll get a different map, which can be useful because some of the maps are, especially the maps from the Tobost DLC, are awesome. Not awesome, they're awful. They're awful for Conquest. So certain maps, even I'm just like, nah, they're terrible. You're giving me a map that's nearly unwinnable. So some are better, some are worse. And if you're struggling, try and get yourself a better map. So that's what we'll be deploying. We'll obviously 4 rifle squads, medics, 2 ammo crates, field gun, field engineers. And I'll see you in combat in a moment, gentlemen. And here we are in combat. Just so you know, before I have turned my audio down a bit, because I think in the first video it was a bit loud for all the guns and stuff, because obviously I'm trying to explain stuff more than the actual combat. So the first thing you do when you spawn in, pause it and have a look around the map. So we are very far forward, so that means they're probably going to be deploying basically on top of us, which is going to be kind of crap. Probably the worst thing in Conquest, where you are really far up the map, and this is a little bit of a problem that some people agree with me on, maybe some won't. The defence points should all be kind of central or rear. The fact that they're so close, especially on the first one where we've got 2 points and they're right at the enemy's deployment, means they're going to be literally arriving on top of us, which makes it more difficult for us. So yeah, I think Conquest needs sorting out in that sense. But the first thing you want to do is check, so obviously we have 2 points to defend. There's E and C. Check what's around them. So what cover's available? What have your allies brought if you've got defences? So we've got obviously allied troops all around. You know, what cover's available to you and what's also available to the enemy. So for instance, if you've got a tank, it's always wise to run down some of these buildings and bits of cover. So when the enemy comes in, they've got nothing to hide behind. So we'll spawn in our troops straight away. We've obviously got the field gun, the infantry, the medic, and the field engineers. And we'll get everything up as quick as we can. Double right click all your infantry to sprint up as quick as possible. Now the field engineers are going to have a very important role in this one, and that's going to be digging my large foxholes, my trenches. Obviously there's a lot of cover and a lot of stuff for the enemy to hide behind, so we're going to be using these to our advantage to dig lots of trenches and make sure our troops have the best cover available for survival. Now you don't know where the enemy will be spawning in. I'm guessing south or southeast. Hopefully they're spawning in kind of in this corner, so we have a bit of defence. Also, look about line of sight blockers, so a lot of these tanks and stuff will block enemy AT guns and tanks from seeing you, but it will also stop your weapons from seeing them. Obviously, we can bring our rest of our infantry in. Also, be wary of things like how much AT you have. So I know I've got an AT rifle and a field gun. That means they are things that I need to keep alive. They are priority. So if you've only got like 2 bits of AT like me, which is a bit silly, I guess, but it's what I've got, you do have to protect them. Now, your ally might, if you've got small defences, sometimes they will bring some anti-tank rifles as well. It's always worth having a look around. Not because they're effective with them, but because if they die, you can pick them up, which is obviously very useful. So we're just going to have a quick check and see if there's any AT rifles or anything lingering about anywhere. He's got an SVT. Anyone with an AT rifle? Anyone being kind? Not as far as I can see, but there might be the odd one. Is any around here? Rifles, just rifles. But, you know, they are useful still. They're extra bodies for us to defend with. And obviously all of our stuff's coming up. Our engineers are focusing on point C first. Now, I'd split your infantry evenly, but remember, your goal is to get to 1,000 points, which takes about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. Doesn't matter if you lose an objective, you can retake it, but sometimes you will have to fall back. Now, this is my first time on defence on this new update. I've heard it's an absolute bloody nightmare. I've heard that it's got very, very, very difficult. So, obviously I've been playing Conquest Enhanced, so I should be alright, but you never know, you never know. You do tend to get more stuff to bring in Conquest Enhanced. And obviously digging things in, actually in sandbags, is always useful. Split those infantry up, get them dug in around the point, you know, use them to the best of your ability. Don't bunch troops up like the AI is doing. They will die, they'll get killed. And obviously, defence in depth, if I've mentioned this before, you don't want everything in a clean line. You want stuff one behind the other. You want things mixed around the points. You want things overlapping fields of fire. And you want them spread out so you can deal with multiple threats. And you want to place them in enemies where the enemy's like. For instance, the enemy infantry will have to come over this hill. You'll go over there and you can just shoot away at them. So there's useful things like that. Obviously got more troops coming up here. So what we'll do is bring this squad over here. And we've got our engineers digging in. So these guys will be able to go into the trenches. Let me just check. Yeah, and so for instance, my AT rifle guy, he's getting dug in back here. He's too valuable to be up front. I want him safe because if enemy tanks come in, he can respond. Now this is a bit of a weird terrain. I'll just quickly point this out. See how this lip is here? Now it does mean the enemy will be able to move close, but their infantry will have to come over it, which means as soon as they go over, your infantry can nail them. It also means enemy tanks won't be able to get good line of sight on you, so you'll be able to quite easily use that to your advantage. So this is actually quite a decent point for defending for the infantry, which is nice. So I'm going to dig some of my troops in. It does mean you might be a little bit close into grenade range, but so will the enemy. So we'll take advantage of that. But actually, also make sure you do have some people on the point. Like, defending round is important, but it only takes one enemy to start putting pressure on it. So it's always good. And also always, you know, look around the terrain, see if there's actual good bits of terrain that well, I guess the map has provided for you. So like sandbags and stuff like that can be useful. Windows on buildings and those kind of things. Field gun's still moving up. We're just going to start. Obviously, these trenches are still being built. So we'll start getting a few of these people dug in around the point, just on the edges, because we don't know where the enemy is going to come from. They could even come from the west for all we know. Could even come behind us, because, you know, things like that have happened. Before people say it doesn't, it does. It's happened to me, especially in Conquest Enhanced, and it is an absolute nightmare. So these trenches as well, these are going to dig some more trenches up here. And having fallback trenches is also a good idea if you've got engineers. Have positions where your troops can just fall back to in case they get overrun, and that the enemy will have to kind of push up to, gives you an advantage. So put 3 more troops just in there, and that everything should be dug in my opinion. Every single soldier, every single man should be in some form of cover. If he's just stood out in the open, he's basically a dead man. God, it's not letting me dig in some places. And yeah, that's defense is really just setting up, and you normally get about 5 or 6 minutes before the enemy starts trickling in, so it should be enough for us to, you know, dig everything in and get everything right. You do have to be a little bit quick, but don't panic, you know. And obviously, if you're struggling on harder difficulties, go on the easy difficulties. Don't, you know, punish yourself and make you play the game. If you're struggling with a game, you know, make it a bit easier for yourself. No shame in that. Obviously, if you're enjoying the series, like, subscribe, leave a comment. You know the drill. Obviously, I want to say thank you to everyone as well who's watching the videos, and obviously thank you to everyone who's subscribing, because we've got up really quite a lot in the last few weeks. The last few weeks, it's shot up quite a bit. So thanks everyone. I do appreciate you, because it's, you know, your time is your time, and I appreciate you choosing my videos to watch, because, you know, it's nice that my content's being enjoyed. And obviously, if you think I'm doing anything wrong in the videos, please tell me. I don't mind. I don't mind. Give me some abuse. Feel free. It's all good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now, there is one thing, as you can see, they will dig the foxholes and then get out of them. It's really annoying. So this field gun, for now, is going to come over here and get one of the ammo crates up here with him. And the other ammo crate, what we'll do, so as you can see back here, well, the infantry are mainly over here, so if they need ammo, instead of the ammo, you know, the guys bringing the crate to them, make them come to the crate. It also means you get these 2 men extra, and I'll normally just dig them in thing, but what will happen is if people get killed at the front, these guys can always move up, which is good, and then the medics, get them prone, spread them out, and keep them ready to, you know, heal your troops. This ammo crate is going to come up near the field gun when he's moved into position. And we still don't know where the enemy's spawning from, which is a little bit worrying, but I'm sure we will you know, I'm sure we'll be fine. Obviously, allied infantry, you get quite a lot, and obviously, can you see how far they're spread out in like positions like this? So they'll give you some early warning signs, which is great. He's digging more trenches. I think I'm going to dig another one up here as well. Where's my other field engineer? Where's he gone? He's there. Can you dig? What else can you dig? You can dig trenches. You can dig barbed wire. Oh, big barricades. These can be useful. I don't actually know where to. If we build them kind of around here, just to kind of make this point a bit secure for the ammo crate. Now we've got enemies coming from the southwest, well, from the south heavily, so the field gun's actually going to have to shift to here, and the ammo crate's going to shift with him. And we've also got enemies coming from the southeast, so that's a bit of a shock. The southwest, it's quite a big. It's lucky we did dig some troops in there. Like I said, you don't always know where the enemy's going to come from. Where's the actually? You're going to cancel that job. You're going to be digging me a big old trench right here, if you can, whilst you're digging. Field gun shift in there, we'll get these guys into these foxholes, and because we've got a few troops down here, it won't be too bad. That field gun needs to set up straight away. No, set up, please, because there's enemy armour coming, quite a lot of it. Start firing, quick. There we go, good hit. Oh, decimated, I think. Did he get him? I'm going to take control of this, make sure we get those hits off. There we go, that's one down. That's a lot of infantry. Oh my god, that's 3 tanks straight away. This update has made it a bit harder, definitely. Our infantry is cutting through and we are losing a couple of allied soldiers, so we need to take these tanks out if we can. Come on guys, time to be accurate, time to get those kills if we can. Come on. There we go, good hit. We've got a lot of infantry here, let's take advantage of this absolute terrible spacing from the AI. There we go, good kills. Let's really get some good kills on them. We've got a lot pushing from the other side as well. As you can see, lots of infantry dead. Let's take advantage of these tanks sat there very closely together, bad spacing on the armour as well. Can we see the tanks there? Oh, let's try and get accurate. Well, there we go, good hit. Just took out another tank. Let's see if we can get him as well. There we go. That's another hit. Didn't even stun him, wow, he's quite tough for a little tank. Let's do it. There we go, another one down. Brilliant. Let's finish him off, make sure he's dead. There we go. So that field gun's done some brilliant work there. We're going to quickly switch him up there, keep him in the ammo, and this is what you've got to do when you've got lack of AT. You have to keep switching them around. As you can see, the infantry's doing some great work there. What I'm going to do, this ammo crate, we're actually going to quickly... Oh, one sec, are these tanks stealable? No, they're damaged, that's a shame. We could have jumped in one of them. Now the infantry there, as you can see, coming over that lip, they're getting cut down by our troops. We are going to get this ammo crate up, and we're just going to quickly start bringing it up to rearm our troops that are engaged. Now this infantry there, if they can get into this trench, it's not too bad a start. We are cutting the enemy down gradually. Oh, sorry, I just had a drink of water there. Sorry for the gulp. And as you can see, the troops are getting slaughtered quite well. I can't hear much, by the way, on my game because I've turned my sound down because it all comes through way too loud. So hopefully the audio is okay for you. You're getting a good balance between voice and kills and shooting. Now there's more troops now coming from the southwest again, so this field gun's going to have to switch back there. This ammo crate, as you can see, he's only using little bits, but we're going to keep moving him around, keeping these troops armed up. We do need some more bodies there, so we're going to put 2 more in this trench. And we're going to get this field engineer to dig another trench line there. And we're also going to take one of you out of there and put you in the trench because there's a lot coming. Whoa, that is an armoured vehicle coming right for us. Field gun, take him down. Tanks being the biggest threat early on to us, to be fair. Oh crap, that didn't hit. Reload, reload, reload. He's shooting at us, come on. Oh, bloody trees. Bane of my life. I'm now an anti-tree man. Could become a logger. Oh, that was a good hit. Oh, there's infantry really close. This would be a great time to kill. Come on. Christ, didn't hit. But as you can see, the ammo crates keep us in ammo, which is brilliant. Good hit. Can we get some lines on these guys? Can we get some kills? Oh, it's not that effective. We'll try and take that other tank out if we can. I think we're in range. There we go, good hits. Killing the tanks, break them up. Let's try and hit this tree and see if we can kill the troops around it. There we go. Big kills. Is that a mortar or infantry? That's just infantry, I think. Another hit on the tank. Oh, he must be pretty badly damaged now. Try and finish him off. There we go, tank's demolished. What we've got over here, is it just infantry? Oh god, we're going to have to switch and start engaging then. That is a lot of troops. Quickly switch. And as you can see, there's just a graveyard of tanks there. The infantry is holding up quite well. This ammo crate up here, we're going to bring them up here just to rearm these troops, because as you can see, they'll start getting through their ammo fairly quick. Also, get them healed up. Get down, get healed up. Get them all healed up that need healing. And this is why you need to be a bit mobile. Now the AT gun, the field gun, he's not actually in a good position there, so we'll shift him over again. And he'll be able to actually aim at them. Now they are cutting through him quite quick, but I just want to make sure he's there to support them. And we'll quickly get these guys some ammo. There is a lot of troops there actually. So it is a bit risky for the ammo crate, but the ammo is useful. Get them back up, get them stood up. And as you can see, they are definitely needing the ammo to get through it quite quick. We are losing the odd man, but our allied infantry is supporting. The field gun should be firing right at them. Is he going to fire? I'll do it. There we go. We're going to switch back to that point again, because they seem to be pushing heavily from the south. Whoa, is that an AT gun? That's a field gun of themselves. We've got to get that ammo crate out of there, because it's very risky. We did lose a man there, unfortunately. Quick, get out of there. Quick, quick, quick. Just set him up there, and hopefully that won't hit our field gun. Oh, what are you doing? Move. Oh, move the ammo crate then, quick. Quick, quick, quick. Oh, it's been a pain. I hate pathfinding this game at times. Right, let's quick, quick, quick. Set him up. Set up, set up, set up. There we go. Your job is to... Rat ring? Really? Where is it? I can't actually see because of the bloody tree. Right, what's that? Just set him up there. Now they are chipping away at us, but they're not that accurate, thank God. Now we're about halfway on the defence. We've already killed a butt ton of infantry. These troops are getting a little bit pushed by them. There's a guy with an AT rifle. I will be taking that. Oh god. Field gun. We do have a priority target. You're not in range, you're not. So he's just firing at these troops and not actually doing much. What we're going to do is bring him further back to this trench. Bring you back. We're going to put you in that trench. And what we're going to do is, while we have a little bit of time, we are going to steal that AT rifle. Is it there? I swear to God there was an AT rifle. Just look on his body. Yeah, AT rifle. So that gives us a little bit more anti-tank if the field gun gets killed, which is always good. So backups to your backups, like I said. We are taking a bit of a hit here, a bit of a pounding. The field gun is fairly... He's just out of range of him, but if I move him in range, he could snipe me. So let him just keep chipping away at the infantry, that's fine. We've got infantry to spare at this point. We're still doing alright on this side. We will bring this ammo crate over here for safety. Don't want him getting sniped. Oh, that was a bad hit on the trench there, though. So we'll start pulling these troops back to this trench. We can always rearm that, reman that once the field gun's in range. There is infantry pushing to the left flank here, but they're getting cut down, which is brilliant. Troops doing a good job. We are cutting them down quite heavily. Still a lot of armour in that graveyard over there. We will have to get a few troops to just set up around here to cover the field gun, make sure this doesn't get overrun, which is smart. I think it's smart, we'll see if it is. Spread these out a little bit more. Now that field gun should be coming forward, so if we just move him up to that trench so he's got vision, we should be able to see where that enemy field gun comes in, so he can't snipe us. Can we see anything? Oh, he just got shot. Crap. Medic! Now, let's move you up a bit further then. Move you into that foxhole. You should be able to spot the enemy troops or field guns, hopefully. Oh, there's enemy troops very close there. Oh, grenades, if you got them. Grenades, grenade, grenade, grenade. Chuck grenades, quick. Chuck another grenade. Oh, field gun. Field gun was just there. Just saw it. He's around there somewhere. Where is he? Oh, he's just there. I think I can see him. Snipe. Got him. Nailed. Now here's a bit of a mission we can do if we can actually secure the point. Quickly get into that trench, guys. Like, quickly. I really want that field gun. Oh! Someone just nailed me. Another field gun. Is he firing again? Crap. Reload. Quick, 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 quick. Do it. Right, we had to blow him to bits. That's a shame. But he did just almost wipe us out, so that was a bit deadly. We're going to take these two troops up as well. And this is it. Like, you just basically got... Defense is basically a massive response game. You just got to constantly be moving stuff around and, like, adapting to what your enemy does. You can't really do a counter-attack because you don't know where they're going to necessarily spawn from. And also, if you go too far up, they'll spawn in from the edge. Hopefully, obviously, this is all useful info. Obviously, you veteran players might have your own opinions, but I think I'm doing alright. Say that we've killed, how many killed so far? 104 men and quite a few tanks. But like I said, the ammo is a godsend. We're only, we're 2/3 through when we've gone through a hell of a lot of ammunition on the field gun. If we didn't have that, he would be out of ammo by now, most likely. Another thing as well, bushes and stuff like this, just chuck grenades in them. You've got grenades to spare. There'll be troops in there, as you can see. The grenades will either make them move or they'll die, and then you can shoot them. So that's always useful. And also keep that spacing, as you can see. Now, as you can see, when you've lost troops to these points, now the enemy field gun's gone, retake those positions, like reassert your kind of territory, your dominance. Because that means if we start allowing them to get too close, we've got less line of sight, less vision, and obviously they can move up the hill. So we've got to keep keeping up perimeter, that's the word, perimeter around the objective. Now this side's had barely anything, so I'm going to start taking a couple of, we'll get the ammo crate and bring them and start rearming these guys. And as of now, I don't think these are under that much threat, so I'm going to take a couple of you and just bring you up to help with this trench as well, because this side seems to be getting all the abuse really, which is fine. That's what he's there for. But yeah, it's not been too bad defense-wise. That's a lot of armor though for the first defense. Like, and people are right, as get hard, because they sent, what is that, 6 tanks destroyed? Yep, 6 tanks, a field gun. Now, and that all came at once. And if I had lost that field gun, I'd be basically down to my stolen AT rifles. And it's quite a lot of troops from one side, and our allies have killed quite a few as well. They've killed 36, so it hasn't all been down to us. We haven't lost anything so far. We haven't lost a single. Oh, we have lost a couple of infantry, but see what I mean? It's definitely getting tougher, and there's still a little bit to go. And I think if they hadn't have brought those 7 vehicles, they probably would have been about an extra 100 infantry. Because normally you just get hit with about 200 to 300 infantry on the first one, which obviously means you go through a lot of small arms ammunition. But we're doing okay. The line's held. Field engineers, I think, are massively useful. As you saw, those trenches, even though they did get kind of cleared out a bit, can be extremely effective. And we're just going to start rearming all the troops that are up here as well. Obviously, they're going through a little bit, but as you can see, some of the infantry guys, like not him, but him, he's gone through quite a bit of ammo. These ones down here start going through quite a bit of ammo as well. And, there's nothing worse than when you think you've got ammo in your troops and then comes to a main fight and try, because the ammo crate as well is high explosive. So if it gets hit, it'll just explode. It can even take out like light and medium tanks. So that's why it's a bit worrying to have ammo near your gun, but you do need it. Obviously, if you ever watched my Conquest Enhanced series, if you watch episode 3, I think it is, one of my ammo crate gets taken out and it takes a mortar out as well. It looks pretty cool, but it's pretty heartbreaking when it happens. So it's gone quiet now. Don't really know what's happening. It's also a worrying sign. Can't really get any of these tanks. We could try and salvage them, but there's a chance that the enemy infantry will push. Seems like they sent most of their stuff in the main first wave, and now it's just gone a bit dead. It's fine with me. Makes it a steady day. If you do have a bit of downtime and there's anything left in the engineers, so for instance, big barricades, small barricades, I'm just going to have them build some large barricades kind of up here, just as a bit of a fallback. So if our troops do get pushed back, they can set up there and then kind of cover where the trenches were. This ammo crate's done a fine job, and he can come back up here. And there's also another field engineer up here, and he can just, what's he can he build? Oh, he can build another large foxhole. Let's just build another one there. Make it like a World War I map. What we'll do is actually put you guys in that trench, a little bit safer, a little bit more defensive, in my opinion. Always good to just build endless amounts of defences, make it an absolute hellscape for the enemy to attack. This wasteland map is obviously one of the newer maps as well. I don't think I've played it before at all, so yeah, it's definitely new. Quite good actually. I would have much rather had our defences down, like I guess further back, but it's basically one massive destroyed kind of main road with lots of armour. So yeah, a bit different. So it's a bit dead, to be fair. Can't see anything. I'm just going to put a couple rounds down range, see if there's anything sneaking in between the tanks. Don't want any of them getting back up. No. But it's gone very, very quiet. I think we've got a bit lucky on the first defence, maybe. I guess we weren't so lucky when they were pushing up, but as I said, field gun, best defensive weapon. People will say, oh, AT guns. It deals with light tanks, and as you saw, it absolutely demolished infantry. Those infantry hordes that were coming forward, this thing just chewed through them, and it obviously destroyed that light and their own field gun as well, which could have quite easily taken us out. Almost did, actually. So it is a bit risky to kind of hinder on one weapon for your main defence, but I'm very impressed with field guns lately. Them and obviously rifle grenades if you're playing as Russia or Germany, very effective. I think the rifle grenade tutorial will be out by the time this video is dropped, so give that a watch as well, because I didn't realise how good rifle grenades were until I started using them again recently. Just amazing. So yeah, almost over. Just me waffling now for a bit. Bit of a dead episode. Can't really help how the AI comes. I am going to send a recon man. Just send him up and see what's there, because it seems like nothing else is coming, which is strange. Best unit, the RK. What's he done? Best unit, yeah, he's got some kills on it. So for some reason, I'm not seeing anything. So I'm going to take the time to actually have a look around, see if there's any useful salvage, any weapons that I could use. Oh, there's PPSH. Most carbine, the 3T. No, it's very strange though. They don't seem to be attacking. So, yeah, completely dead. Right. Well, I can't complain, I guess. Don't think anything's glitched out, because it seems to be working alright. Alright, yeah, just a steady defence. It worked out quite well, but like I said, those kind of 7 tanks coming at once could have easily been a bad thing, but the field gun conquers all. If you had been relying on AT rifles and stuff, we'll just bring him up and get his AT rifle ready. Even though they are quite effective at penetrating targets, as you saw, I used one in the first episode, and this is the single shot AT rifle. It's still not as good as a field gun. Like, they do some damage, but reload speed's fairly steady, and you normally get sniped out quite quick with a field gun. The fact that it can chuck shots over terrain, arc the rounds kind of thing, very effective. And not just the killing of the troops, you notice they cripple some of the tanks, they blow the tracks off some. I see his tracks are gone. It's quite good for taking tanks out and then, you know, making it easy for your infantry to stay out of range of them. And also he has a lot better range than an anti-tank gun. Yeah, your team is winning because the enemy seems to have given up. Maybe they just lost too many tanks and just gave up. The enemy does have like a high... Obviously, normally when they bring more armour, and especially in later defences, when they bring heavier stuff in, they have less infantry. So maybe the fact that they brought so many tanks is why it's petered out so quick. Yeah, it just seems like normally we'd have more than this. But it's made it quite an easy tutorial, I guess. But at least you got to see how things were set up if you're struggling. Like I said, you saw me moving the field gun around a lot, like being mobile with your defence as well. Like if you've got a mortar or an AT gun or a tank, don't just sit in one place and expect it to do all the work. Like having infantry and defence is good, but your tanks and stuff and your artillery and all that kind of stuff, you've got to kind of get them where they're needed. Because sometimes it'll be a pain. Let's say you're being attacked by tanks here, and a tank will show up here, so you have to kind of do a bit of running around. But if it keeps you in the game and wins you the match, it's definitely more effective. So, I don't know. Yeah, apologies for the episode being a little bit boring now. It was quite hectic up until about 700 points, and then it's just gone dead. We'll just finish these tanks off, just for my own gratification. I want to light one on fire just on principle. I want a bonfire for the troops, for victory. Is he on fire yet? Really? High explosive rounds? They should be cooking off by now. There we go, that's a bit better. He must be on fire now. Oh no, he's been crippled, but he's not burning. Let's just put another one in. Obviously, don't do this. This is a waste of supplies. You shouldn't do this. It's just me being a bit of a muppet. Come on. Oh, he's just not cooking on fire. That is no fun. No fun at all. Try this one. If you hit. Obviously, I do think the field gun provides one of the better explosions, definitely. Now, they can cripple the tanks, but don't seem to be able to set them on fire, which is a bit of a shame. I can see some sparks in here. Is that from the shell, though? Well, he's proper crippled, though, and he like proper broke. Even the turret's off. T-37A as well. Never panic too much with these tanks because they only have that DT machine gun. They're very poor, low armoured. Obviously, they're an amphibious tank, but they're just not very good. So don't panic when the few of them come, because you know they're not the worst thing. Like if 7 T-34s come, panic, but 7 of them, yeah, not too bad. Anyway, it's almost over, it seems. Should be wrapping up, and obviously I'll do the same as the last one. We'll go to the end screen. I'll show you me resupply my troops and rearming them. And I'll also show you, like, you know, what we're going to do, ready for the next attack. The Finns, though, yeah, they've got some decent stuff, but I'm still not that impressed with these infantry, so I'm looking forward to getting some more elite guys. And the last few seconds, just counting down, and you think it's all over? It is now, and that's it. It wasn't too bad, actually. It was a bit of a rush at the start, but it petered out quite quick, and we killed 108 altogether. We lost 12 men, and we destroyed 7 vehicles and lost 0. and that's quite good. And we'll just go to the deployment screen and see how much it's going to cost us to rearm. And we got 521.6 manpower, 6.2 support, 125 munitions, and 2.5 research. So only a little bit. We'll just get everything off. And obviously, I think we'll be using all of this for the next round as well. So we'll rearm. So that's the end of episode 2. I hope you enjoyed it, everyone. Obviously, any questions, ask. And obviously, tell me what you thought about the episode, if you thought it was useful, if you thought the info provided helped. And I'll see you on episode 3. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.